Color correction is the last step in the post-production workflow. There are several reasons to color correct your video. One reason is to make sure that key elements in your shots, such as flesh tones, look the way they should. Color correction also ensures that all the shots in a scene match one another and that problems in exposure and color balance are fixed. And finally, color correction gives your shot or scene a specific look, such as a warmer look or a high contrast look. Your reasons for color correction may include some or all of these reasons, but the goal is always the same: to enhance the emotional impact of your story. In legacy versions of Final Cut Pro, you would use a color correction filter to manually make your adjustments. In Final Cut Pro 10, you have many of the same manual controls. However, there are now several automatic tools you can use to quickly balance and match the color in your clips. Before we begin this lesson, make sure you're in the project library, select the Weekend Warriors Effects project, and press Command D to duplicate it. In the window that appears, leave the settings at the defaults and press Return. Name the project Weekend Warriors Final, then double-click to open it in the timeline. Often when shooting on the run, you end up with shots that have too much blue or too much red in the highlights and shadows. When an image is correctly white balanced, the white parts look white and the black parts look black. In an additive color system like video, the white parts of an image have equal amounts of all colors. When the white balance is off, there's too much of one color and not enough of the opposite color in the white areas. With Final Cut Pro's new Auto Balance tool, removing the unwanted color cast can be achieved with a single mouse click. In the event library, select the Reenactors event. Then in the search field, enter Brian to bring up the Brian interview. This interview was shot late in the day when the color temperature was much cooler. If you look at the sleeves of Brian's uniform and the sky above him, they have a bluish tint. You'll recall from the lesson on importing that you had the option of analyzing and fixing color balance during the import process, and at that time, we opted to leave this option turned off. You can analyze and fix the color balance for any clip after it's been imported into the event library. Right-click on the clip and choose Analyze and Fix. Place a check next to Analyze for Balance Color and click OK. Press Command 9 to call up the Background Task window. During the analysis, Final Cut Pro extracts all the color information from the clip, then compares it against a reference frame. The reference frame is chosen based on how close the frame is to being correctly balanced. Depending on how long the clip is, the analysis can take a few seconds to several minutes. With the clip still selected, press Command 4 to open the inspector. In the color section next to Balance, you'll see the word Analyzed. Whenever you analyze a clip in the event library, color balancing is turned off by default. To enable it, click the checkbox. With one click, the bluish cast is removed from the image. Final Cut Pro sampled the darkest and lightest areas of the image, then adjusted the shadows and highlights to neutralize the color cast. In addition, the image has been adjusted to maximize contrast. You can also auto-balance a clip that has not been previously analyzed. Move your playhead over the Bob interview clip. If the clip has not been analyzed, you can choose the reference frame from which the auto balance will be calculated for the entire clip. Simply move your playhead to the frame you want to use as the reference, then choose Balance Color from the Enhancements menu, or press Option Command B. To see a before and after, click the blue LED light next to Balance. If you wanted to adjust the image further using manual controls, you can call up the color board by clicking the right-facing arrow next to Correction 1. We'll be looking at the color board in more detail in this section on manual correction. To get back to the inspector, click the arrow in the upper left of the color board pane. When editing a project, you're often working with clips that were shot in different locations and at different times of day, which often results in shots that do not match when cut together. Like the name implies, Final Cut Pro's new Match Color feature makes it a two-click process to ensure that your clips and scenes have the same color balance and/or look. In the timeline, locate the Confederate Charge and Confederate Charge 2 clip. If there's still a transition at the edit point, remove it. As I skim over the edit point, you'll notice that the first shot is much warmer and the next shot is much cooler. This is because we shot this battle scene at two different times of day. Let's first match the warmer shot to the cooler shot. Select the Confederate charge clip, then from the Enhancements menu choose Match Color. A window will appear instructing you to skim to the shot you want to match. Skim into the next shot, and when you locate the reference frame you want to match, click once with your mouse. A preview of the match will appear in the 2-up image on the right. If you're happy with the match, click the Apply Match button. And just like that, the shot is matched, and if you skim over them or play them back, it's hard to tell that these scenes were separated by several hours. Just for fun, let's go the other way. Undo the match color and select the Confederate Charge 2 clip. Press Option-Command-M, then skim over the first shot, looking for a reference frame, then click on the clip to preview. Click the Apply Match button, then play back the 2 clips to see the results. Simply amazing.